Question 1. What date did King Charles III ascend to the throne? A. September 8, 2020. B. September 8, 2021. C. September 8, 2022. D. September 8, 2023. Answer: C. September 8, 2022. King Charles III ascended to the throne on September 8, 2022. Question 2. Who is the current Prime Minister of the United Kingdom? A. Boris Johnson. B. Theresa May. C. Rishi Sunak. D. David Cameron. Answer: C. Rishi Sunak. Rishi Sunak has been serving as Prime Minister of the United Kingdom since 2022. Question 3. Describe the main responsibilities of the Home Secretary. A. Managing healthcare services. B. Overseeing domestic security. C. Handling foreign diplomatic relations. D. Regulating financial institutions. Answer: B. Overseeing domestic security. The main responsibilities of the Home Secretary include overseeing domestic security and immigration. Question 4. What are the 4 countries that make up the United Kingdom? A. England, Scotland, Wales, Ireland. B. England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland. C. England, Scotland, Ireland, Brittany. D. England, Wales, Northern Ireland, Great Britain. Answer: B. England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland. The United Kingdom is made up of England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. Question 5. Explain the term constitutional monarchy. A. A government where the monarch has absolute power. B. A government where the monarch shares power with a constitution. C. A government led solely by a parliament. D. A government without a monarch. Answer: B. A government where the monarch shares power with a constitution. The UK is a constitutional monarchy, where the monarch's powers are limited by a constitution. Question 6. What is the role of the House of Lords? A. To draft legislation. B. To review and amend proposed legislation. C. To enforce laws. D. To elect the Prime Minister. Answer: B. To review and amend proposed legislation. The House of Lords reviews and amends proposed legislation. Question 7. How often are general elections held in the UK? A. Every 3 years. B. Every 4 years. C. Every 5 years. D. Every 6 years. Answer: C. Every 5 years. General elections in the UK are typically held every 5 years. Question 8. What is the purpose of the Magna Carta? A. To establish the duties of the monarchy. B. To limit the powers of the king and protect the rights of nobles. C. To declare independence from France. D. To abolish the monarchy. Answer: B. To limit the powers of the king and protect the rights of nobles. The Magna Carta was a document signed in 1215 to limit the powers of the king. Question 9. Who appoints the members of the cabinet? A. The Queen. B. The Prime Minister. C. The Speaker of the House. D. The public through a general election. Answer: B. The Prime Minister. The members of the Cabinet are appointed by the Prime Minister. Question 10. What are the main principles of British law? A. Liberty, fraternity, and equality. B. Accountability, transparency, and fairness. C. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. D. the rule of law, individual liberty, and community service? Answer: D. The rule of law, individual liberty, and community service. These are main principles upheld by British law. Question 11. What is the significance of the Battle of Hastings? A. It resulted in Scottish independence. B. It began the English Civil War. C. It marked the beginning of Norman conquest of England. D. It ended the Viking Age in Britain. Answer: C. It marked the beginning of Norman conquest of England. The Battle of Hastings in 1066 was significant for beginning the Norman conquest of England. Question 12. What is the minimum age for jury service in the UK? A. 16. B. 18. C. 21. D. 25. Answer: B. 18. The minimum age for jury service in the UK is 18. Question 13. Explain the function of the UK Supreme Court. A. To enforce laws. B. To elect parliamentary members. C. To oversee the police. D. To act as the final court of appeal. Answer: D. To act as the final court of appeal. The UK Supreme Court serves as the final court of appeal in the UK for civil and criminal cases. Question 14. What are the main political parties in the UK? A. Conservative, Liberal, Green. B. Labour, Conservative, Liberal Democrats. C. Conservative, Labour, Brexit Party. D. Labour, Green, UKIP. Answer: B. Labour, Conservative, Liberal Democrats. The main political parties in the UK are the Labour Party, the Conservative Party, and the Liberal Democrats. Question 15. What document must you have to work in the UK? A. Driver's license. B. National insurance number. C. Birth certificate. D. Passport. Answer: B. National insurance number. To work in the UK, you must have a national insurance number. Question 16. Describe the process of devolution in the UK. A. The central government granting more powers to local councils. B. The dissolution of the United Kingdom into independent countries. C. The transfer of powers from the central government to devolved administrations. D. The central government taking back powers from local authorities. Answer: C. The transfer of powers from the central government to devolved administrations. Devolution in the UK involves the central government transferring powers to devolved administrations in Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. Question 17. What is the rule of law? A. All citizens are subject to the law. B. The law must be written clearly and applied evenly. C. The government rules by arbitrary measures. D. Laws are suggested by the majority of citizens. Answer: B. The law must be written clearly and applied evenly. The rule of law means that the law is clear, publicized, and equally enforced and adjudicated. Question 18. Who is eligible to vote in a UK general election? A. All residents over the age of 16. B. British citizens, qualifying Commonwealth citizens, and citizens of the Republic of Ireland aged 18 and over. C. Only British citizens. D. Anyone over the age of 18 who can show a utility bill. Answer: B. British citizens, qualifying Commonwealth citizens, and citizens of the Republic of Ireland aged 18 and over are eligible to vote in a UK general election. Question 19. What is the significance of the Gunpowder Plot? A. It marked the end of British monarchies. B. It was a failed attempt to blow up the House of Lords. C. It initiated the English Renaissance. D. It resulted in the establishment of the UK Parliament. Answer: B. It was a failed attempt to blow up the House of Lords. The Gunpowder Plot of 1605 was a failed attempt by Catholic conspirators to blow up the House of Lords and kill King James I. Question 20. Who was the UK Prime Minister during World War II? A. Winston Churchill. B. Neville Chamberlain. C. Clement Attlee. D. Harold Wilson. Answer: A. Winston Churchill. Winston Churchill was the UK Prime Minister during most of World War II, leading the country from 1940 to 1945. Question 21. What is the National Health Service, NHS? A. A private healthcare company. B. A government department that regulates food safety. C. The state-funded healthcare system in the UK. D. A non-profit organisation providing health insurance. Answer: C. The state-funded healthcare system in the UK. The NHS is the public health service providing state-funded medical and healthcare services to residents in the UK. Question 22. How is a Prime Minister selected? A. By a popular vote among the citizens. B. By appointment from the Queen. C. The leader of the majority party in the House of Commons. D. Through a lottery system. Answer: C. The leader of the majority party in the House of Commons. The Prime Minister is usually the leader of the political party that has the most seats in the House of Commons. Question 23. Explain the significance of the Good Friday Agreement. A. It marked the end of the Napoleonic Wars. B. It established the Church of England. C. It was a peace agreement signed in 1998 to help end conflict in Northern Ireland. D. It initiated the UK's membership in the European Union. Answer: C. It was a peace agreement signed in 1998 to help end conflict in Northern Ireland. The Good Friday Agreement was crucial in creating a framework for peace and political cooperation in Northern Ireland. Question 24. What is the official home of the Prime Minister? A. Windsor Castle. B. Buckingham Palace. C. 10 Downing Street. D. The Tower of London. Answer: C. 10 Downing Street. The official residence of the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom is 10 Downing Street in London. Question 25. How does one become a British citizen? A. By being born in the UK. B. Through marriage to a UK citizen. C. By naturalisation or registration. D. All residents automatically become citizens at age 21. Answer: C. By naturalisation or registration. British citizenship can generally be obtained through naturalisation or registration, depending on several factors, including how long one has lived in the UK. Question 26. What rights do you have as a UK citizen? A. Right to freedom of speech, right to vote, and right to public assembly. B. Right to bear arms, right to privacy, and right to a fair trial. C. Right to healthcare, right to education, and right to vote. D. Right to work, right to privacy, and right to freedom of movement. Answer: A. Right to freedom of speech, right to vote, and right to public assembly. These are fundamental rights that UK citizens enjoy, including freedom of speech and the right to vote in elections. Question 27. What is the role of the opposition in Parliament? A. To support the policies of the government. B. To provide alternative policies and hold the government accountable. C. To pass legislation. D. To appoint members of the judiciary. Answer B. To provide alternative policies and hold the government accountable. The opposition's main role is to challenge the government and present alternative policies. Question 28. What festival is celebrated on the 5th of November? A. Easter. B. Guy Fawkes Night. C. Christmas. D. Halloween. Answer B. Guy Fawkes Night. This festival, also known as Bonfire Night, is celebrated with fireworks and bonfires to remember the failed gunpowder plot of 1605. Question 29. Who is responsible for UK defence policy? A. The Home Secretary. B. The Prime Minister. C. The Secretary of State for Defence. D. The Foreign Secretary. Answer C. The Secretary of State for Defence. The Secretary of State for Defence is responsible for the defence and security of the UK. Question 30. What is meant by life peer in the House of Lords? A. A member appointed for life by the monarch. B. A member who inherits their position. C. A member appointed for a fixed term. D. A member elected by the public. Answer A. A member appointed for life by the monarch. Life peers are appointed to the House of Lords for life and do not pass their titles to their descendants. Question 31. Describe the UK's voting system in general elections. A. Proportional representation. B. First past the post. C. Single transferable vote. D. Mixed member proportional. Answer B. First past the post. The UK uses a first past the post voting system in general elections, where the candidate with the most votes in a constituency wins. Question 32. What is the purpose of the Council of Europe? A. To promote economic policies in Europe. B. To oversee the European single market. C. To defend human rights, democracy, and the rule of law in Europe. D. To manage refugee and migration issues in Europe. Answer C. To defend human rights, democracy, and the rule of law in Europe. The Council of Europe is focused on promoting these values among its member states. Question 33. Who is the patron saint of Scotland, and when is his day celebrated? A. Saint Andrew, November 30. B. Saint David, March 1. C. Saint George, April 23. D. Saint Patrick, March 17. Answer A. Saint Andrew, November 30. Saint Andrew is the patron saint of Scotland, and his feast day is celebrated on November 30. Question 34. What landmark document was signed by King John in 1215? A. The Charter of Liberties. B. The Bill of Rights. C. The Magna Carta. D. The Royal Charter. Answer C. The Magna Carta. King John signed the Magna Carta in 1215, a document that has become a symbol of the rule of law. Question 35. What are the legal rights of UK workers? A. Right to a minimum wage, workplace safety, and maternity leave. B. Right to private employment, freedom of association, and unlimited holidays. C. Right to work without any contracts, right to privacy in the workplace, and right to self-employment. D. Right to form trade unions only, right to strike any time, and right to company shares. Answer A. Right to a minimum wage, workplace safety, and maternity leave. These are among the key legal rights protecting workers in the UK. Question 36. What does the term bicameral parliament refer to? A. A single legislative body. B. A two-chamber legislature. C. A system with no legislative bodies. D. A three-chamber system. Answer. B. A two-chamber legislature. The UK Parliament is bicameral, consisting of two houses, the House of Commons and the House of Lords. Question 37. What is the maximum number of terms a Prime Minister can serve? A. 1 term. B. 2 terms. C. 4 terms. D. There is no limit. Answer. D. There is no limit. In the UK, there is no maximum number of terms a Prime Minister can serve. Question 38. Describe the UK's relationship with the Commonwealth. A. The UK is just one of many member states with no special status. B. The UK is the leading economic contributor and holds significant influence. C. The UK is a founding member and has a symbolic leadership role. D. The UK oversees and governs the policies of all Commonwealth countries. Answer. C. The UK is a founding member and has a symbolic leadership role. The Commonwealth acknowledges the Queen as the symbolic head, representing a group of 54 independent countries. Question 39. Who are the UK's Members of Parliament, MPs? A. Individuals appointed by the Queen. B. Representatives elected in general elections. C. Representatives of the nobility and clergy. D. Lifetime appointees by the government. Answer. B. Representatives elected in general elections. MPs in the UK are elected during general elections to represent the public in the House of Commons. Question 40. What does suffrage mean in the context of British history? A. The right to submit petitions to the government. B. The right to vote in elections. C. The right to freedom of speech. D. The right to public assembly. Answer. B. The right to vote in elections. Suffrage generally refers to the right to vote in political elections. Question 41. What event is commemorated by Remembrance Day? A. The end of the English Civil War. B. The signing of the Magna Carta. C. The end of World War I. D. The Battle of Britain. Answer. C. The end of World War I. Remembrance Day commemorates the end of World War I and honours those who have died in wars for the United Kingdom. Question 42. Explain the role of the Speaker in the House of Commons. A. To represent the ruling party. B. To maintain order during debates and ensure parliamentary rules are followed. C. To vote on legislation. D. To appoint members to committees. Answer. B. To maintain order during debates and ensure parliamentary rules are followed. The Speaker of the House of Commons is responsible for maintaining order and ensuring that parliamentary rules are adhered to during debates. Question 43. What rights does the Freedom of Information Act provide? A. The right to privacy and confidentiality in communications. B. The right to access information held by public authorities. C. The right to hold public meetings without government interference. D. The right to veto government legislation. Answer. B. The right to access information held by public authorities. The Freedom of Information Act allows public access to information held by public authorities, promoting transparency. Question 44. Who is the head of state of the United Kingdom? A. The Prime Minister. B. The Speaker of the House. C. The Monarch. D. The Chief Justice. Answer. C. The Monarch. The head of state in the United Kingdom is the monarch, currently King Charles III. Question 45. How is local government structured in England? A. Only county councils. B. A single centralised local government. C. County councils and district councils. D. Devolved governments only. Answer. C. County councils and district councils. Local government in England is structured with two tiers, county councils and district councils in some areas. Question 46. What is the function of the Welsh Assembly? A. To oversee foreign policy in Wales. B. To administer local government finance. C. To govern Wales and pass its legislation. D. To represent Wales in international sports. Answer. C. To govern Wales and pass its legislation. The Welsh Assembly, known as the Senedd, is responsible for governing Wales and has the power to pass legislation on devolved matters. Question 47. Describe the contributions of the British Empire. A. Spread of the English language and legal systems. B. Only economic exploitation of colonies. C. Development of global trade networks without any cultural impact. D. Solely the expansion of British military power. Answer. A. Spread of the English language and legal systems. The British Empire contributed to the spread of the English language and British legal systems, among other cultural and economic impacts globally. Question 48. How does the judicial system in Scotland differ from that in England? A. Scotland uses a purely civil law system. B. Scotland has a mixed system of civil and common law. C. Scotland does not have its own judiciary. D. There is no difference, both use the same system. Answer. B. Scotland has a mixed system of civil and common law. Scotland's judicial system is distinct from England's, using a unique mixture of civil and common law elements. Question 49. What is the significance of Shakespeare in British culture? A. He was a key political figure in British history. B. His plays and writings are considered a pinnacle of English literature. C. He founded the first public school in England. D. His importance is only in the development of the English language. Answer. B. His plays and writings are considered a pinnacle of English literature. William Shakespeare is significant in British culture for his enduring contributions to English literature and drama. Question 50. Explain the significance of the Human Rights Act. A. It guarantees economic rights only. B. It codifies traditions into law without offering any new protections. C. It incorporates the European Convention on Human Rights into UK law. D. It focuses solely on the rights of children and the elderly. Answer. C. It incorporates the European Convention on Human Rights into UK law. The Human Rights Act is significant for incorporating the protections of the European Convention on Human Rights into domestic British law, ensuring fundamental rights and freedoms. Question 51. Who must register with the police as part of the conditions of their stay in the UK? A. All European Union citizens. B. Visitors from Australia and New Zealand. C. Certain foreigners based on their nationality and visa terms. D. All permanent residents. Answer: C. Certain foreigners based on their nationality and visa terms. Some foreign nationals are required to register with the police in the UK as part of the conditions of their stay, depending on their nationality and the terms of their visa. Question 52. What powers are devolved to the Scottish Parliament? A. Entire control over military forces. B. Education, health and policing. C. Only foreign policy and defence. D. Exclusive economic policies. Answer: B. Education, health and policing. The Scottish Parliament has devolved powers in several areas, including education, health services and policing. Question 53. What is the significance of the Elizabeth Tower? A. It's the tallest building in the UK. B. It is where the crown jewels are kept. C. It houses the bell known as Big Ben. D. It is the main residence of the UK monarch. Answer: C. It houses the bell known as Big Ben. The Elizabeth Tower is significant for housing Big Ben, the nickname for the great bell of the clock at the north end of the Palace of Westminster in London. Question 54. Explain the role of a constituency MP. A. To represent the interests of local governments only. B. To represent the interests of their constituents in the House of Commons. C. To vote on legislation based on personal preference. D. To provide funding for local projects. Answer: B. To represent the interests of their constituents in the House of Commons. Constituency MPs are elected to represent the views and interests of the people living in their constituency in Parliament. Question 55. How are laws made in the UK? A. By decree from the monarch. B. Through proposals from the public, accepted by referendum. C. Proposed by members of Parliament or the government and must pass through several stages in both Houses of Parliament. D. By rulings from the Supreme Court. Answer: C. Proposed by members of Parliament or the government and must pass through several stages in both Houses of Parliament. Laws in the UK are made by going through several stages of review and approval in both the House of Commons and the House of Lords. Question 56. Who was the first female Prime Minister of the UK? A. Margaret Thatcher. B. Elizabeth I. C. Mary Robinson. D. Theresa May. Answer: A. Margaret Thatcher. Margaret Thatcher was the first female Prime Minister of the UK, serving from 1979 to 1990. Question 57. What role does the monarch play in the UK government today? A. Head of government. B. Active political role with daily duties. C. Ceremonial figure with no governing powers. D. Leader of the House of Commons. Answer: C. Ceremonial figure with no governing powers. The monarch's role in the UK government today is largely ceremonial, with no direct power in the governance of the country. Question 58. What are reserved powers in the context of devolution? A. Powers that are retained by the UK Parliament, not devolved to regional parliaments. B. Powers exclusively granted to local councils. C. Powers held by the European Union. D. Powers that are used only in times of national emergency. Answer: A. Powers that are retained by the UK Parliament, not devolved to regional parliaments. Reserved powers include subjects such as defence and foreign affairs, which remain under the control of the UK Parliament. Question 59. What is the ceremonial guard at Buckingham Palace known as? A. The Royal Guard. B. the Queen's Guard. C. The King's Troop. D. The Palace Guard. Answer B. The Queen's Guard. The ceremonial guards at Buckingham Palace are known as the Queen's Guard, and they are responsible for guarding the royal residences in London. Question 60. How is the UK represented abroad? A. Through its colonies. B. By local governments. C. By ambassadors and diplomatic missions. D. Solely through the Commonwealth. Answer C. By ambassadors and diplomatic missions. The United Kingdom is represented abroad through its network of ambassadors and diplomatic missions, managing international relations and assisting British citizens overseas. Question 61. What historic event in 1066 significantly shaped British history? A. The signing of the Magna Carta. B. The Roman conquest. C. The Battle of Hastings. D. The establishment of the Church of England. Answer C. The Battle of Hastings. The Battle of Hastings in 1066 was a pivotal moment that significantly shaped British history by leading to Norman control of England. Question 62. Who has the power to declare war in the UK? A. The Prime Minister alone. B. The Monarch alone. C. Parliament. D. The Secretary of State for Defence. Answer C. Parliament. The power to declare war in the UK lies with Parliament, not solely with the Prime Minister or the Monarch. Question 63. What is the Turner Prize? A. A military honour awarded for bravery. B. A literary award for British authors. C. An annual prize presented to a British visual artist. D. An architectural accolade for innovative design. Answer C. An annual prize presented to a British visual artist. The Turner Prize is one of the most prestigious awards given to a British visual artist, named after the painter James W. Turner. Question 64. How does one pay taxes in the UK? A. Through the local council only. B. Directly to the monarch. C. Via the Revenue and Customs, HMRC. D. Only through payroll deductions. Answer C. Via the Revenue and Customs, HMRC. Taxes in the UK are collected by Revenue and Customs, which is responsible for ensuring the correct tax is paid and managing tax collection. Question 65. What is the main role of the Chancellor of the Exchequer? A. To be the chief legal advisor to the Crown. B. To manage the UK's financial and economic matters. C. To oversee the defence of the realm. D. To preside over the House of Lords. Answer B. To manage the UK's financial and economic matters. The Chancellor of the Exchequer is responsible for all economic and financial matters, effectively the government's chief financial minister. Question 66. Describe the process for amending a law in the UK. A. The monarch must initiate changes. B. An amendment can only occur through public referendum. C. Must pass through several readings and stages in both Houses of Parliament. D. Amendments are automatically adopted after a public debate. Answer C. Must pass through several readings and stages in both Houses of Parliament. The process for amending a law in the UK requires that any changes or amendments pass through multiple stages in both the House of Commons and the House of Lords. Question 67. What is a bill in the context of UK politics? A. A proposed new law. B. A finalised piece of legislation. C. An informal suggestion for government reform. D. A public petition submitted to Parliament. Answer A. A proposed new law. In UK politics, a bill is a proposal for new legislation that must be debated and approved by Parliament before it can become law. Question 68. Who was the longest reigning monarch before Queen Elizabeth II? A. Queen Victoria. B. King George III. C. Queen Anne. D. King Henry VIII. Answer A. Queen Victoria. Before Queen Elizabeth II, Queen Victoria was the longest reigning monarch, having served from 1837 to 1901. Question 69. What body regulates the media in the UK? A. The Media Standards Trust. B. The British Broadcasting Corporation. C. The Office of Communications, Ofcom. D. The UK Press Council. Answer C. The Office of Communications, Ofcom. Ofcom is the regulator for the telecommunications and broadcasting industries in the UK, ensuring standards across TV, radio and other media. Question 70. Explain what the Crown dependencies are. A. Regions within the UK that have devolved governments. B. Independent countries within the British Commonwealth. C. Territories under the sovereignty of the British Crown, but not part of the UK. D. Former colonies that still pay tribute to the British Crown. Answer C. Territories under the sovereignty of the British Crown, but not part of the UK. The Crown dependencies include the Isle of Man and the Channel Islands, which are not part of the United Kingdom, but are self-governing possessions of the Crown. Question 71. What is the significance of the Union Jack? A. It's the personal flag of the monarch. B. It symbolises the unity of the UK's four nations. C. It's used only during times of war. D. It represents the European Union membership. Answer B. It symbolises the unity of the UK's four nations. The Union Jack or Union flag is the national flag of the United Kingdom and symbolises the administrative union of the countries of England, Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland. Question 72. How are peers selected in the House of Lords? A. By a public election. B. Appointed by the Prime Minister. C. Inherited their titles. D. Appointed by the monarch on the advice of the Prime Minister. Answer D. Appointed by the monarch on the advice of the Prime Minister. Most members of the House of Lords are life peers, appointed by the monarch on the recommendation of the Prime Minister or the House of Lords Appointments Commission. Question 73. What was the purpose of the Domesday Book? A. To record the outcomes of all trials by the royal courts. B. To document a census and land survey of England. C. To collect stories and folklore of medieval England. D. To list all the laws of England. Answer B. To document a census and land survey of England. Commissioned by William the Conqueror in 1086, the Domesday Book was essentially a survey of all the land and resources owned in England, used for tax assessment purposes. Question 74. What are the responsibilities of the Secretary of State for Education? A. To manage the UK's foreign policies. B. To oversee the education system across the UK. C. To handle the UK's defence strategies. D. To regulate the financial markets. Answer B. To oversee the education system across the UK. The Secretary of State for Education is responsible for the development and implementation of policy on education and children's services in England. Question 75. Who can be called to the bar in the UK? A. Anyone who completes a university degree. B. Graduates of law who have passed the bar professional training course. C. Only members of the royal family. D. Individuals elected by public vote. Answer. B. Graduates of law who have passed the bar professional training course. To be called to the bar and practice as a barrister in the UK, individuals must complete the bar professional training course and meet other professional requirements. Question 76. What major change occurred in the UK on January 31, 2020? A. Adoption of the euro. B. The UK officially left the European Union. C. Introduction of a new constitution. D. Scotland became independent. Answer. B. The UK officially left the European Union. January 31, 2020 marks the date when the United Kingdom formally left the European Union, an event commonly referred to as Brexit. Question 77. What is the role of the Bank of England? A. It manages the UK's foreign debts. B. It is the central bank responsible for monetary policy and maintaining monetary stability. C. It regulates the education sector. D. It oversees healthcare services. Answer. B. It is the central bank responsible for monetary policy and maintaining monetary stability. The Bank of England acts as the central bank of the UK, managing the nation's currency and its gold reserves, and overseeing monetary policy. Question 78. What are some examples of British cultural symbols? A. The euro, the Louvre, and French wine. B. The red double-decker bus, the pound sterling and tea. C. The bald eagle, baseball, and the dollar. D. Sushi, the yen, and Mount Fuji. Answer. B. The red double-decker bus, the pound sterling and tea. Iconic British cultural symbols include the red double-decker bus, the pound sterling as currency, and the cultural importance of tea in daily life. Question 79. Who has the right to issue passports in the UK? A. The local councils. B. The Prime Minister. C. The Home Office. D. The Department of Transport. Answer. C. The Home Office. The Home Office is responsible for the issuance of passports to British nationals in the UK. Question 80. Describe the significance of the British Broadcasting Corporation. BBC. A. It is a private company that focuses on entertainment. B. It is a public service broadcaster providing impartial public service broadcasting in the UK. C. It is the regulatory body for communications. D. It is a government body that censors media content. Answer. B. It is a public service broadcaster providing impartial public service broadcasting in the UK. The BBC, funded by a television licence fee paid by UK households, plays a crucial role in providing impartial news, education and entertainment. Question 81. What rights are protected under the Equality Act 2010? A. Right to freedom of speech and religion only. B. Rights related to marriage and family life only. C. Protections against discrimination in work and in public services on the basis of age, gender, race, religion, disability, and sexual orientation. D. Right to bear arms and the right to privacy. Answer. C. Protections against discrimination in work and in public services on the basis of age, gender, race, religion, disability, and sexual orientation. The Equality Act 2010 is designed to protect people from discrimination in the workplace and wider society. Question 82. What is the primary function of the British Army? A. To control immigration. B. To enforce local laws. C. To defend the UK and its overseas territories. D. To generate revenue through international contracts. Answer. C. To defend the UK and its overseas territories. The primary function of the British Army is to provide a defence for the UK, protecting its people and territories. Question 83. What event led to the creation of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland? A. The Norman Conquest. B. The signing of the Magna Carta. C. The Act of Union in 1801. D. The English Civil War. Answer. C. The Act of Union in 1801. The Act of Union in 1801 united the Kingdom of Great Britain and the Kingdom of Ireland to create the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. Question 84. Describe the checks and balances in the UK political system. A. The monarch has absolute power over the legislature and judiciary. B. The Prime Minister controls the judiciary and the legislature. C. Separate powers of the legislature, executive, and judiciary help to ensure no single branch becomes too powerful. D. There are no checks and balances. Parliament has unlimited power. Answer. C. Separate powers of the legislature, executive, and judiciary help to ensure no single branch becomes too powerful. The UK political system includes checks and balances through the separation and mutual scrutiny of these branches of government. Question 85. Who was responsible for establishing the Church of England? A. Queen Elizabeth I. B. King Henry VIII. C. King James I. D. King Edward III. Answer. B. King Henry VIII. King Henry VIII established the Church of England in 1534 after separating from the Roman Catholic Church. Question 86. What is the legal drinking age in the UK? A. 16. B. 18. C. 20. D. 21. Answer. B. 18. The legal drinking age in the UK is 18 years old. Question 87. What does the term the Troubles refer to in British history? A. The economic depression in the 1930s. B. The civil unrest and conflict in Northern Ireland from the late 1960s to 1998. C. The struggle for women's suffrage in the early 20th century. D. Disputes over the monarchy in the 17th century. Answer. B. The civil unrest and conflict in Northern Ireland from the late 1960s to 1998. The Troubles refers to the period of sectarian violence and political conflict in Northern Ireland. Question 88. How is the Prime Minister held accountable by Parliament? A. Through annual elections. B. By requiring the Prime Minister to answer questions from MPs during Prime Minister's questions, PMQs. C. The Prime Minister has no accountability to Parliament. D. Through direct public voting. Answer. B. By requiring the Prime Minister to answer questions from MPs during Prime Minister's questions, PMQs. The PMQs is a key mechanism by which the Prime Minister is held accountable to Parliament. Question 89. What is the purpose of the state opening of Parliament? A. To celebrate the monarch's birthday. B. To officially start the parliamentary session, including a speech from the monarch outlining the government's agenda. C. To elect the Prime Minister. D. To commemorate historical events. Answer B. To officially start the parliamentary session, including a speech from the monarch outlining the government's agenda. The state opening of Parliament marks the commencement of a parliamentary session. Question 90. What are the responsibilities of the Secretary of State for Defence? A. To manage healthcare services. B. To oversee the country's defence and the armed forces. C. To handle educational reforms. D. To regulate financial markets. Answer B. To oversee the country's defence and the armed forces. The Secretary of State for Defence is responsible for all matters of defence, including the management of the armed forces. Question 91. Who was the youngest Prime Minister in British history? A. David Cameron. B. Tony Blair. C. William Pitt the Younger. D. Margaret Thatcher. Answer C. William Pitt the Younger. William Pitt the Younger became Prime Minister at the age of 24 in 1783, making him the youngest ever. Question 92. What is the London Eye? A. A historic monument in London. B. A television tower. C. A famous Ferris wheel on the south bank of the River Thames in London. D. A museum in London. Answer C. A famous Ferris wheel on the south bank of the River Thames in London. The London Eye is a major tourist attraction known for its spectacular views of the city. Question 93. Explain the significance of the British welfare state. A. It refers to the UK's aggressive foreign policies. B. It's a system designed to provide a minimum level of well-being and social support for all citizens. C. It is a set of financial regulations. D. It represents the monarchy's personal wealth. Answer B. It's a system designed to provide a minimum level of well-being and social support for all citizens. The British welfare state includes various social services such as healthcare, education and housing to support the citizens. Question 94. What major sporting event is held annually at Wimbledon? A. The Wimbledon Cricket Championship. B. The Wimbledon Football Tournament. C. The Wimbledon Tennis Championships. D. The Wimbledon Rugby League. Answer C. The Wimbledon Tennis Championships. Wimbledon hosts the world-renowned tennis tournament, one of the 4 Grand Slam tennis tournaments. Question 95. Who is responsible for setting educational standards in the UK? A. The Prime Minister. B. The Secretary of State for Education. C. Local governments. D. The monarch. Answer B. The Secretary of State for Education. This official is responsible for setting educational policy and standards in the UK. Question 96. What does the term shadow cabinet refer to? A. A historical term for advisers during the monarchy. B. A group of opposition MPs who hold positions mirroring the official cabinet. C. A secret group of advisers to the Prime Minister. D. Retired ministers who advise the government. Answer B. A group of opposition MPs who hold positions mirroring the official cabinet. The shadow cabinet consists of members from the main opposition party, ready to assume government responsibilities if they gain power. Question 97. What major political change occurred in the UK in 1997? A. The establishment of the Scottish Parliament. B. The UK joined the European Union. C. The abolition of the monarchy. D. The reformation of the House of Lords. Answer A. The establishment of the Scottish Parliament. In 1997, a referendum led to the establishment of the Scottish Parliament, a significant change in the UK's constitutional and political landscape. Question 98. How does the UK participate in international affairs? A. Through the United Nations and other international organizations. B. Solely through its military. C. Only through the Commonwealth. D. By direct control over foreign governments. Answer A. Through the United Nations and other international organizations. The UK engages in global diplomacy and international policy-making through its participation in the United Nations and various other international bodies. Question 99. What is the significance of Stonehenge? A. It's the oldest university in England. B. It's a prehistoric monument in Wiltshire, England, known for its unique stone circle. C. It's the site of the signing of the Magna Carta. D. It's a medieval castle used by the English monarchy. Answer B. It's a prehistoric monument in Wiltshire, England, known for its unique stone circle. Stonehenge is one of the most famous landmarks in the UK, renowned for its complex history and archaeological significance. Question 100. Describe the process of voting in a UK referendum. A. Voting is compulsory for all citizens. B. Citizens vote by a show of hands in public meetings. C. Citizens cast their votes at polling stations or by postal votes on a specific question. D. Citizens delegate voting to their local MP. Answer C. Citizens cast their votes at polling stations or by postal votes on a specific question. In a UK referendum, voters are asked to vote yes or no to a specific question, and this is typically done at polling stations or via postal voting. Question 101. What is the purpose of the civil service in the UK? A. To engage in political campaigns. B. To manage day-to-day administration of the central government. C. To serve as the country's military force. D. To enact legislation. Answer B. To manage day-to-day administration of the central government. The civil service in the UK is responsible for the impartial implementation and administration of public policy and government functions, supporting the government of the day in developing and implementing its policies.